Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's rocking with us. Y'all rocking with us. We rolling with y'all. If you want to be down with the discussion tonight, give us a call at 804-402-2893. That's the number to dial to be a part of tonight's discussion. Shout out to our sister Tamika's listening to us here in the Cap City, RVA, Richmond, VA. Shout out to everybody who is checking us out right now, but not calling and not checking in. We know you're there. We appreciate you as well. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial if you want to be part of the CHAMPIPPLE Room. Lava lamps, incense burning, purple bearskin rugs.
Yes.
Big ass hats with the feather coming out the back of
And
it.
don't forget the aqua shoes.
The aqua shoes.
The aquarium shoes.
With the fishes in them?
With the fish in
Yeah,
them.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
sir.
Take us back, brother. What we going?
Right.
What we doing in the CHAMPIPPLE Room?
We got some relationship advice going on. Got some statements, too. So I'm going to start off with this girl. She wrote she has a homeboy. And he had mentioned to her that his ex-girlfriend had moved out of town. And her 18-year-old daughter moved in with him. Now he's having sex with the 18-year-old daughter. And he said he's not a child molester. Dude, she said the dude's morals is screwed up and twisted. She's like, if he was in front of her right now, she would split his head wide open.
He having sex with his own daughter?
No, it's not his daughter.
Oh.
It's
He said it was.
It's his ex-girlfriend's daughter. So
Why is
she
living with
moved
him?
out of town, and her daughter moved in with him.
Why? That's what?
Yeah.
So basically, you didn't mention that they were married or not, but it would be his ex-stepdaughter, basically.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the question?
Basically, she wants to know, is he a child molester? He's been in this child's life since she was 12.
Ew.
Yeah. This ain't the first time. For me, this ain't the first time he's been looking at her.
Obviously not.
No.
He been
Probably
waiting.
was waiting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
he been waiting. I mean, there really should be one answer, but there's not. There's two answers here. The first answer is, did he touch her before she turned 18? If the answer to that question is no, then no, he's not a child molester.
Right.
Unfortunately. Is he a freaking nasty ass perv who probably should be castrated? Yes, he is. And I mean, I guess we stuck on the 18. Like, if he waited, 7 more years till she was 25, would we feel different? I mean, I don't. I'm a little bit like I shouldn't be challenged by this one, but it's the 18 thing, man. It's the fact that she's 18. But like you said, he been probably waiting on her.
Right. But it's your ex-girlfriend's daughter.
Yeah, man.
Right, like even if she wasn't 18, like that's
your kid.
But that's Woody Allen. That's what he did. Woody Allen did the same thing, and he's still making movies, and no one,
even cares.
No one even really cares.
Yeah.
He married that girl, and he been with her for a long time, and it was his adopted child. The thing is, there's no blood. There was no blood with Woody, and there's no blood with this dude.
Yeah, that's still out of line.
Absolutely. No, make no mistake.
I get what you're saying.
I don't want anybody hearing me to think that I think that this is okay, because I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's okay. Obviously, it's I have a 12-year-old, and I know how I would feel if I was not around anymore, and her mother was with someone who waited 6 years for her to turn 18.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Right.
I mean, would you want to do? You want him to wait 20 years for her to be 32? Would it be less gross? Probably, but it would still be weird. It'd be less gross, but it'd be still weird. Yeah.
Wow.
Not okay.
No,
crazy.
Absolutely not okay.
Anything else to add?
Nah, that's it for me.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving right along. Anonymous. I'm a 30-year-old woman that's dating a man 13 years older than me. Long story short, we've been dating for almost 2 years, which I really love this man. The first 3 months of our relationship, he got a woman pregnant that he hid from me until I answered his phone and a woman telling me she's due. It was hard for me, but I forgave him, and since then, she, they got back together, and they had the romance bubble. Throughout the time he hid her pregnancy, we talked about having children, and he knew I wanted another child before I get old. Now, since everything is open, the blood tested child support, he's telling me consistently that he don't want any more children, and I need to change that thought of mine. I feel I shouldn't have had to suffer just because he suffered and his feelings is hurt because she was the one betrayed. What should she do?
Leave him. Don't settle and compromise your life because of him. If he doesn't want what you want, and that's big. That's like a deal breaker. If that's really, I mean, it's not like, I want a 2-bedroom house, I want a 3-bedroom house. That's, I want another child and you don't.
Right.
You're probably not going to change his mind, and that's something that's important to you. You don't compromise yourself. I mean, we all have to settle to some degree because nobody's perfect.
Right.
But that is huge, and you need to live your happiest, most fulfilled, joyous life. And if that means that you want another child and he doesn't, then he's not the one for you.
But my thing is, he got somebody else pregnant while y'all was still dating. Like, ain't that a red flag?
Well, right. I mean, but and I agree with that, but she forgave him. So you made the decision to say, okay, I can get past it. We'll stay together. But at some point, she needs to put herself ahead of what he wants, because he's already met his quota.
Right.
With his kids that he wants. And that's probably why he doesn't want another one. He's like, well, he probably wasn't planning on having that one, at 43.
And she's 30, so she's still at her prime. So, yeah, she definitely need to move on. Be happy.
I mean, sounds
like she's not happy with herself.
She forgave, him, having another kid. So I'm not even really addressing that.
Right.
She found out how she found out. Okay, that's how she found out. She wants another kid, and he doesn't want to have a kid with her. She's got a decision to make. If she decides to stay there with him, that's cool.
Right.
If she decides to leave him, that's cool too. That's really up to her. I mean, I don't know that anything that we can say is going to sway her.
Right.
She has to know what it is that she can deal with. It's not like she has any ties to him. It'd be different if she had ties to him.
Right.
It'd be different if she already had a kid with him.
Right.
Because if she already had a kid with him, then there's a whole lot of people settling and putting up with bullshit because there's children involved.
Right.
And property, if maybe they own stuff.
Right. And
but if it's like, I don't have no tie to you at all, and I can't get what I want.
Right. And you don't have no kids.
Yeah.
She don't have any kids.
It's up to her.
Yeah.
It's up to her. And so, if she wants to stay, I would have no problem with her staying.
Right.
Go
but
ahead.
She just have to know he don't want any more kids.
Right.
I mean,
and are you okay with that? I mean, I understand loving somebody, but you have to love yourself more.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like I said, I got no problem with her staying if she wants to stay. But if she wants to go, you can't have no problem with that either. I mean, she wants a kid.
I mean, it's her decision at the end of the day.
Well, either way it is. I mean, no matter what happens, it's her decision anyway.
Right.
But I personally would not be willing to judge her based upon that decision.
Right.
Like whatever she decides that she wants to do, I'd be like, okay, sister, go for it.
Right. All right, the next one, she says, I'm engaged to an awesome guy, but he is extremely close to his ex-family. The female has been around for at least 15 years and her 5 kids, 25 to 15. They call her fiance daddy because not one of the daddies stuck around to raise them. I'm not comfortable with the situation at all. The kids call him often, but I have never met them. Now he has her cousin in our wedding. This is just too much. How do I handle this issue without losing my relationship, or should I just keep it moving? These ties are too strong for me to break, and it may potentially cause problems if we don't discuss them. I need your honest opinion.
I mean, ultimately, he's going to have to make a decision because if you're going to marry somebody, that becomes your family. She's now your family.
Right.
So he's going to have to pick, especially if she's not comfortable with it.
But at the end of the day, he raised those kids.
Right. And
so
that's
there's like his.
That's fine. I think she needs to have a conversation with him if she hasn't already.
Right.
You know, explaining to him how she feels, you know, that she's uncomfortable. It sounds like she's extremely uncomfortable with it.
Right.
And it may not be something that she can ever come to terms with.
Right.
And if that's the case, you should not bond yourself with someone that you know a huge part of their life is not okay with you.
I think the kicker is she says she's never met them.
And do you know how long she's been with her fiance?
She didn't say how long. It doesn't matter. They engaged. And her cousin is in their wedding. It doesn't matter. Like, if these kids are so important to you, why I can't meet them? That's a deal breaker off top for me.
She can't meet the kids.
She can't meet the kids?
No, I'm asking.
No, she said she never met the kids. Like, why are you engaged and you never met the kids? Even if they not his. He raised all 5 of them, so they his kids, and you never met them?
And he's close to the other family.
Yeah.
I mean, that's odd.
Yeah.
That's very odd, you know. I mean, the truth of the matter is, you know, money is going to be spent on taking care of them. Mm-hmm. He's going to be going to graduations and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, she needs to have some sort of access to them because the reality is, even if those aren't his biological children, you know, I can tell you from personal experience that you can fall in love with a child that's not your child.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
And once you do that,
yeah,
then, you know, it is nothing that someone that, you know, is close to you can say about how you feel about that child.
Right.
And so, you know, if they choose to not be around, that would be one thing.
Yeah.
But you're going to be going to graduations and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, if there's girls in that 5, I'm guessing there is. I mean, one day if her dad wasn't around and she decides that she wants to get married, like, are you going to be giving her away at the wedding? But, you know, the person that you with now ain't never even met her. I mean, like, I mean, these are the things that need to be thought about and discussed. And so
that was a conversation they should have had before she said yes.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking she's never met them. So that tells me either one of a couple of things. One, you know, maybe he feels like, well, I don't want them to form that bond with her until we're married, which is kind of crazy. Or 2, I don't care how you feel about them. Like, I'm still going to have this relationship. Right. So you don't need to be a part of that. Right. Which is hurtful to me. Right. Because I would imagine, you know, people that you love and they're going to be in our life because, again, we're going to be a family. Right. So, and like I said, these children are what, ages 15 to 25?
Yeah, 15 to 25.
Yeah, so at what point, like, maybe one of them needs to come live with them or something?
It's a possibility.
It's a problem.
Possibility. You never know. Yeah, I just think it was a conversation they needed to have before, you know, she said yes and got engaged. And now, you know, she's really having a tough time with her cousin being in the wedding, the other girl cousin being in the wedding. I don't think that will be an issue for me, but
I don't think that would be an issue for me either. I mean, like, the weirdness of that is not weird enough for me. That's just me, you know. Where it's the children. Like, for me, it's the children. Like, the grown-ups can be grown-ups. Like, you know, because, you know, when you break up, sometimes you break up and you still like them. Sometimes you break up and you don't. Right. But if there's children involved, then you have to have different levels of sensitivity. Right. Because there's children. There's plenty of people who put up with bullshit because they got kids. You know, and then there's people who don't. And, you know, you make your own decision on that. But this particular case, I don't care that the girlfriend. I'm confused now because so much stuff going on. But I don't care that the cousin's in the wedding. Like, I don't care about that. That's nothing to me. It's the fact that you haven't met and have no connection to the children that he has raised and intends to continue raising.
Right.
That's where you lose me.
Yep.
It's children. Once you bring in kids, all bets are off for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to know 'em. Pretty much, like.
And they might like me. I'm a nice person.
Right. And the reality is sometimes.
Okay, I suck. No reaction.
You know.
Okay.
And the reality is sometimes when you break up with a person, you break up with them. Your family don't break up with them.
Right.
I think we all seen that in all our families.
Like, you know, I've brought a new girl to family functions, and my ex is sitting right there with my mama. You know, and that's an argument. Like, and I'm sitting there like, really? I don't even like her, but my mom was like, I don't care. She's still family.
I got a family member. I won't get too specific on who the family member is because the person probably get mad at me if I told the story. But there's a family member who divorced a long time ago, a very long time ago, and that person's ex remained part of the family, where you know they lived in a nice part of the United States, and our family would sometimes go there to visit this person often. Yeah. Because they lived in a nice part of the country and because that person was kind of real cool. Right. And the family member just never really was able to warm up to that idea. But, you know, I think if that person didn't live in a nice part of the country, they would still have had a connection with them. Sometimes it be that way. And I do feel comfortable telling this story. I have a cousin that's my age who says to me, she's a female, and she said to me, she got mad one time. We were talking, and she was like, I don't understand how y'all can bring these girls around us and expect us not to fall in love with them. Right. Just because y'all pissed them off. Yeah. That's what she said to me. Yeah. So, I mean.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. That was the whole scenario. Okay. Moving on. This person said, my fiance is going on a 9-month deployment. He has been gone for a month so far. Well, his broke A left and is only contributing $400 every 2 weeks to the joint account. WTF I'm supposed to do with that? I do work, so I'm good. I don't know how to be lazy like some of these military wives and girlfriends who are stay-at-home moms. Some just don't work and don't have any kids, but they have the nerve to get fat and sloppy. Where there is this woman, she dressed like a dude and has a low fade and everything. I don't do women, but she wants
this
to
chick
pay
all
me.
over the place, like for real?
Yeah. She said this woman wants to pay me $300 just to lick my. I'm lonely since my fiance gone. It won't count as cheating because she's a woman, right? Hell, why turn down $300 to just lay there?
All right. Did she say $400 every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That's $800 a month, and you tripping about somebody who ain't even there because he's on military deployment?
Yep.
I mean, grow up. That's all I got. Grow up.
Cheating is cheating, whether it's with a male or female.
But you pimping yourself. That's tricking.
You pimping yourself for $300.
Yeah, for $300. No, that is cheating. Yeah. And think about it. Would you want your husband if somebody told him they would do the same to him, a dude, or even a female?
Right.
Just to give him some money? Probably not. You probably wouldn't be okay with it.
Right.
So that's, oh my gosh. Don't do it, girl. It's nasty. Trifling.
I get it's difficult when a person leaves to get deployment. I get it. But selling yourself is definitely out of the question.
That's like an all-time low. And, I mean, why can't, if it's her fiance, so it's not her husband.
Right.
But, I mean, when people are in the military, especially when they're deployed, they get extra pay. So.
Right. But you knew what you signed up for when you deal with somebody in the military.
You get $800 a month and you mad.
Right. And they get deployed.
And
If
it's
they're not
more,
even married yet.
but it
They're not even
seems,
married
it
yet.
sounds to me more like they're mad that the person's not there. It's more about the lonely part.
right,
yeah.
and everything's
Then the
just
money
kind of
part.
like building
Right.
up. Like, you ain't here, I ain't got no money, I'm lonely, and this girl offering to.
I mean, that's what I said. Grow up, man. I got nothing more for that.
$300. Yeah.
I got nothing.
I'm done.
Ain't no hashtag one Marcus J live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. That was the CHAMPIPPLE Room, where we have lava lamps and 70s decor.
That's right.
It's usually our relationship segment here with Mr. 3375, or whatever the hell he ends up getting
Yes, right.
from his Mr. 3375 universe from his listeners. Ain't no hashtag Marcus J. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got more of the show. We're going to talk about Erin Andrews and all this damn money that she just got from the Peepin' Tom case and heroin hotspots. What the hell do I mean by that? You're going to find out on the other side. Marcus J and the crew. Ain't no half stepping with yours truly.